Earlier on, Jarrett mentioned Jumanji 2 coming out this week, as well as he references Athura, which got me thinking maybe we should have a chat about some sequels. Are you a fan of sequels?
I am when they're good, Glenn.
Oh, come on. Well,
Which is kind of the opposite of you.
I love second-rate sequels. I'm not going to lie, man. It's, it is what it is.
We all get our kicks one way or another, I guess.
I love them so much that we had a whole podcast dedicated to them that was called Franchised.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah, you were on it.
I was. Yeah, that's right.
But before we discuss what are some of our favourite ones, can I reel off a bunch of sequels that people might not even know existed?
Please do.
So, The Great Escape 2. Have you seen it?
I haven't. I love The Great Escape.
Well,
I've not seen the sequel.
I do recommend it.
Maybe, yeah.
Donald Pleasance returns. Christopher Reeves is in it. Like the lads.
The boys are back in town.
The Sting 2.
This is one that I'm interested to see because, again, The Sting would be one of my favourite films, I would say.
I'm blanking on his name. The guy that wrote the first Sting.
Not George Roy Hill?
He directed it. The writer directed part 2.
Okay.
Delta Force 3. Mate, imagine the Expendables on meth, and that's what you get.
That's what you get.
It's like all the unknown children of famous Hollywood actors, or the brothers, Yeah. Mate, highly recommend it. The Evening Star, which is a sequel to Terms of Endearment.
Wow.
Yep, that had an Oscar-nominated performance from the mother from Happy Days. I've blanked on her name too.
Okay. Wow, there you go.
Flirting, which is a sequel to The Year My Voice Broke. Flirting's great. Nicole Kidman, Thandie Newton, Noah Taylor.
Don't mind Nicole.
It's a great one. Henry 2, Portrait of a Serial Killer. There you go. Here's one that you'll love. Lawrence After Arabia.
Yeah. Is that dead set real?
Yeah.
That is ludicrous.
Yep. It got released originally under the title A Dangerous Man.
Wow.
Yeah, and is it Ray Fiennes?
Ray Fiennes plays Lawrence.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, I could pay that.
Which it's the film that got him cast in Schindler's List because Spielberg saw him in this one and thought he was the right guy for the job. Yeah.
Trust Stephen to watch that sequel.
The Last Days of Patton.
Yeah, I've heard about this. I've never watched it.
George C. Scott returns.
I know. He does play. So that was why I was kind of curious to see because Patton, I think, is one of the all-time great performances by the great man himself.
Except for The Hustler.
Yes, indeed.
Or The Exorcist 3.
Now we're getting into really shoddy sequel territory here.
That is not shoddy. Our fans will take you up on that.
Yeah, I'll bring it on, guys. It won't equal the heights of The Last Days of Patton, surely.
Whatever happened to Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah, I've heard about that one too. But
I haven't seen that one.
Well, because you don't like the original.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah. I'm sure your fans will take you up on that one.
Splash 2.
Splash 2.
The Birds 2.
The Birds 2. Wow.
High Noon 2.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
They made a sequel to High Noon.
They certainly did.
Oh, man, I'm getting an education
Here's the last one before we move on. Clarence, which is It's a Wonderful Life 2.
Wow. I reckon I've heard of that.
Robert Carradine.
Yeah, there you go.
Clarence set in a contemporary sort of 1980s setting.
That sounds stunning. Clarence, of course.
I've seen it once before. It's terrible.
Clarence was the most interesting part of It's a Wonderful Life.
It's true.
Indeed.
It's true. So, reel off some of your favourite sequels.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to say The Godfather 2.
You know what, Glenn? I was going to say The Godfather 2. I mean, let's just get this out of the way now. Right. It has to be the greatest sequel of all time. Now, you may not enjoy it as much as other sequels, but in terms of impact, influence, and legacy, it has to be the greatest sequel of all time. I'm just going to leave it there.
All right.
Phenomenal. Al Pacino, you're an absolute legend. Should have won the Oscar. Anyway, but if we could go, what are my other favourite sequels? I would say For a Few Dollars More. Does that count?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be an amazing sequel. I suppose The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is incredible as well. I'm going to be cliche here. There's going to be contrasting styles. I would say that The Empire Strikes Back is a sensational sequel, probably, in my opinion, better than the original. That might be... See, I love The Godfather Part 2. I think it's the greatest sequel ever. I don't know if it's better. It's probably... I'd put them on a par, you know what I mean? But I reckon I could say The Empire Strikes Back surpasses the original Star Wars film.
Most people would agree with you.
Most people would. The Back to the Future Part 2 is a great sequel. I think that's very original, ambitious.
Fairly maligned, though.
It is, which I think is unfair. I think Zemeckis did something amazing in that film. Obviously, the future was great, which I think is what most people enjoy about that. But I think the best thing about that film is that he goes back into the first film,
Yeah.
which I think is incredibly original, and that's a great sequel. It's cheeky to actually just go into the first film. It's a good idea.
How do you feel about part 3?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, it's good. Look, it's part 3. It's fun.
Rounds it off very nicely.
It rounds it off. It's more of a homage to the great westerns, but I mean, anything to see Marty in that DeLorean again. So I'm trying to think.
I noticed you didn't mention Godfather 3.
No, I didn't, because I don't talk about films that don't exist.
All right, so let's just get this straight. I think it comes as no surprise that I love shoddy movies. You would agree?
Yes.
Okay,
Obviously.
so most of what I'm about to read out are third rate. So I figured you would be bringing the Shiraz to this party.
Yeah.
I'm going to bust out the Ribena.
That's right. We're putting the goon sack to the clothesline now, and we're about to run around it.
All right, well, my favourite sequel of all time comes as no surprise to most people, Caddyshack 2. I love it.
You do?
It's very hard to pinpoint exactly why. I think it's just so weird and outrageous. And obviously there's a nostalgia factor. As a kid, I loved it. It holds up. I watch it once a year.
Wow, okay.
I'm the only person in the world that does that.
You probably.
Smokey and the Bandit 3. Same reason as above. That was originally called Smokey is the Bandit, with Jackie Gleason playing both roles.
That could have been amazing.
And there is supposedly a cut of that out there that
You're
exists,
kidding?
never been released.
Wow.
Because they shot all the footage.
Yeah, wow.
And it didn't test well with an audience. So they
Didn't it?
so they they reworked it, let's say.
Wow.
Revenge of the Nerds 2. Warlock Armageddon. I got a poster right behind you.
You do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm on the record. We did a Warlock episode of the franchise podcast. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that,
That'd be
there you go. Young Guns 2,
Young Guns 2.
which I think Dean Semler was the cinematographer on that one.
Okay.
Legendary.
Dean.
Grumpier Old Men.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, we found some common ground.
What about The Odd Couple 2? Have you seen the second
I
one?
have seen it. Of course, that's a stupid question to ask me.
Yeah, it is. I used to thrash that when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. But obviously, you love the first one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You probably hadn't seen it as a kid.
I saw the sequel first.
Airplane 2.
Yes. Better than the original.
No. But you know what? The Zucker brothers have never seen Airplane 2, according to them.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's quality, mate.
Yeah, wow.
The Crow, City of Angels.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a really
I haven't seen that either.
disrespected sequel.
Mm.
Don't use that word very often.
No, you don't. That's strong words. It's strong rhetoric from you, mate.
Best of the best 3. Predator 2, Hellraiser 3. I could go on forever.
You could.
I could, but I won't.
Okay. Well, let's get back to some quality.
Okay.
What about Indiana Jones, mate? Sequels. Well, I know you're gonna be at Temple of
You
Doom.
are really trying to.
Do you reckon he's gonna go Kingdom of Crystal Skull here?
You know he wants to.
I know. I reckon The Last Crusade.
As the best sequel.
of the yes, in my opinion.
I think Temple of Doom.
I know you're a big fan of Temple. I like Temple of Doom. I think it's good.
I think it also stands out. Like people say
Yeah.
that Crystal Skull's the one that stands out as the oddity.
Yeah.
I think Temple of Doom does, but in a good way.
Yeah, I mean Temple of Doom's great. Short round, yeah.
Well, technically a prequel.
Indeed, yeah, that's true. That's
so
true.
There's that. Semantics.
Semantics indeed. Superman 2. That's an interesting sequel because it's got such a crazy production.
The Donner cut is odd.
The Donner cut's not great. I would take the original Richard Lester version.
There is a scene in the Donner cut, which I think you would know of, where the scene chops and changes with the edit and his haircut changes.
Yeah,
So it goes from floppy hair to slick hair, floppy hair, slick hair.
That's right. I think they use the screen test.
Yes,
so
that is just really jarring.
they might as well have not done it.
Yep.
Might as well have got Christopher circa 2000, What about Superman 4? That's probably your preferred Superman sequel of choice.
Straight from the canon.
That's right.
No, I don't like it.
That's just disgraceful. But Superman 2, Terrence Stamp, underrated villain. What a legend he is in that film.
He was in the first Young Guns that I referenced before. Like that's
Yeah.
where I was first introduced to him. I knew him from Superman, but didn't connect that he was the same guy.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
I wonder what the first sequel is. Sorry,
that's I'm sure I've disgraced myself in the eyes of many, but I have no doubt I've also earned the respect of a lot. Probably many more.
Yes, and then people go and watch The Godfather Part 2 again, and just bask in its brilliance.